Hello, this is the course companion notes for day 64, Cameo 16, Helen's Extra Mile. This is a brief cameo, so my comments will be brief as well. A few things stood out to me, and excuse me, this is Emily Bennington. First, Jesus does support going the extra mile for another. How could he not, given that that's his own saying? But in an age in which there's so much talk of protecting one's boundaries and avoiding codependency, it's useful to note that he does. We can get so focused on avoiding inappropriate devotion to others that we become suspicious of devotion altogether. Second, I have long been struck by that dissection of the woman's dynamics in relation to her husband. You look at that and think, well, that's marriage. Of course, it's not all marriages, but this is the sort of thing that goes on in relationships in general and in marriage in particular. On the surface, we are all well-intentioned, but beneath that, there's something else going on. There are all kinds of unconscious dynamics splashing out onto our partners and staining our clothes as well. In the meantime, we have no idea why our partners are complaining. What's wrong with them, we wonder. The real question is, what's wrong with us? Oh, I'm sorry, this is Robert Perry. I apologize. I thought it was Emily Bennington. Third, there is something about unusual gifts like Helen's that makes people reluctant to use them. There are, of course, people who aren't reluctant to use them, but unfortunately many of them are driven by the desire for personal glory. The people who aren't interested in such unusual gifts as sources of the ego inflation are just the kind of people who can be trusted with the gifts, and unfortunately just the kind of people who are likely to shy away from them. The good news is that if you've declined to use an unusual gift of yours in service of others, you, like Helen, can always change your mind. And that's by Robert Perry. And Greta wants to say hello. Say hello, Greta. Thank you for joining with me. I didn't have this yesterday, so I wanted to read it now. Day 64, Cameo 16, Helen's Extra Mile.